Howdy and welcome to another episode of rokrbox TV. Thanks for joining us as always. My name is Josh Cunningham. I'm the founder and CEO here at rokrbox. We've got a wonderful client success story for you today. I'd love to introduce you to Teri Bowermaster out of Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Teri, how's it going today?
It's great. How are you, Josh?
I'm doing excellent. Thanks so much for
Good.
joining us and taking time out of your busy schedule. I understand you got a little snowed in today, so you got a little extra work to do in addition to all your normal real estate activities. But again, thanks for joining us. So before we get any further, why don't we just kind of introduce you a little bit to our audience here and give them a little bit of background on kind of what your real estate career has looked like up to this point, and what are some of your maybe claims to fame and success achievements that you've had. So why don't you take it away, Teri?
So I am the owner and team leader of the Teri Bowermaster Hovetter team with Iron Valley Real Estate here in central Pennsylvania. We run a team of 20 agents. So my agents work to do lead conversion. They take team generated leads as well as focus on their sphere of influence. So one of our biggest pushes is to ensure that the agents have things to set them forward and be able to go off being more successful, which is one of the biggest reasons why we're talking today, because rokrbox has really helped us with that. I've been in real estate for going on 15 years. And prior to owning my own team, I was a team leader for another team here in our area that also utilized rokrbox, did team generated leads, and helped agents build success. So teams are definitely my background, running and setting them up and strategizing. I mean, it's what I do all day long.
That's awesome. So 20 agents, congratulations. That's a great sized team. Obviously, we work with people from, big, small, large, mom and pop businesses to, larger teams like yourself with 20 agents. And so you already kind of alluded to it. We've worked in the past when you were with your previous team, but what were some of the things happening at your new business, at your new company that caused you to reach back out to us and start this relationship again?
Yeah. So when we got started with doing team generated leads, most of my agents were really just working based off of their sphere of influence. And obviously that stuff takes time to cultivate. It takes time to turn around referrals because not everybody's in the market who's looking to buy or sell at that point in time. So to fill in the gaps for the agents, we started buying leads and handing them off. The problem is agents don't necessarily know how to talk to somebody because in their mind, they think internet generated lead is what they consider a cold lead, when in reality, they should be a warm lead. Mm-hmm. So agents have problems, without working scripts and really feeling comfortable with talking to people. They had a real problem with connecting. So a lot of those people were falling by the wayside. They'd be sitting in our system, and by the time the agent reconnected with them, they had already moved on to somebody else who was good at the scripts or who was paying, an ISA or whatnot. So we started looking into, at the time, we were a smaller team. We didn't have as many agents as what we do now. And we started looking into a smaller ISA type program, and we hated it. We absolutely positively hated it. I won't drop any names, but we just were not happy with the follow-up and the procedures that they were putting into place. So my partners and I started bouncing back and forth. What do we need? Is it, more training on the agent end? Is it stricter accountability? Or should there just be a different system in place? And I said, listen, I can speak from experience. I worked with rokrbox for years and their conversion rates are amazing. I really think it's worth it for us to look at. As a newer team, obviously you always sit and you look at the cost and, how much are you paying in to generate the leads versus how much conversion are you actually closing and getting back from the agents. And then you calculate in an ISA company and you sit and go, well, is it really worth it? And at the end of the day, the answer is always hands down 100% yes. Yes, it is. Because if you're not putting in the money into your business, you're never going to get it back out. So I could dump money into getting leads all day long, but I don't have the time. And quite honestly, my agents don't want me breathing down their necks any more than what I already am. They need to be out there marketing and selling themselves and, growing their sphere of influence, whereas the leads that we are providing to them should be fill in the blanks. So in order for them to in order for them to turn anything for us and to cultivate, we need to have the proper follow-up for that. And my agents just don't have time for that, which is where rokrbox comes in. I would rather pay a monthly fee to you guys at rokrbox and know that my agents are converting and closing deals. And then we're getting our money back and then some, instead of them just sitting in a database, going to talk to somebody else eventually.
Yep. Yeah, it's brutal whenever you go through an nurtured database and look at all the leads in there and the lack of all the efforts. I say that one of the biggest myths in the world is that, you're going to try something out and achieve success. And the reason why is because there is no try. You either do or you don't. You either are calling these leads or you aren't calling these leads. You're either picking up the phone and, like you said, being able to overcome objections and reflex no's, and you're going to be saying the right things, or you're not going to be saying the right things. So there really is no fuzzy middle ground. We understand that there's a lot of work that goes into, identifying those hot opportunities. And like you said, your agents, they got into this business because they wanted to talk to motivated buyers. They didn't want to bang their head up against the wall, 5, 6, 7 times, making calls to every single lead, every little Scooby-Doo in the platform. So we love being able to solve that problem for you. So why don't you talk a little bit about what it's been like now that we've plugged rokrbox into the system and we've got things going in the right direction with you and your new team?
Yeah, so I have been back with rokrbox now. It's going on 3 months, I think we've been back together. And over the course of that time, rokrbox has gone into our database and they have taken what we call our pond leads, and they have ended up bringing multiple leads out of our dead pond and revived them and gotten them back to agents. And we've had quite a few. I don't know what the number is. The last time I talked to my ramp up coach, Brady, I think it was over 30 leads that have already turned over and been converted back to the agents. And my agents are out actively working, showing homes, getting, writing contracts. So, we've already closed on one, which is amazing. We've got another one that is on the books to close that has been converted by rokrbox. So in 3 short months, and I don't even think it was a real full 3 months because we had Christmas and stuff in between there as well. In that short amount of time, to already have 2 deals on the books and actively have agents out there showing it's pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited to see, where the year is going to end up, because at the end of the day, the ISA system with rokrbox is doing things that my agents just don't have time to do because they're out selling themselves. So it is, for us, it's amazing. It's a no-brainer. I mean, I wish we would have done it from the get-go, because we would have saved ourselves a lot of beating our heads against the wall and trying to rebuild, redo the wheel, so to speak.
Yeah, I always like to say everything is a learning opportunity. Some just cost more than others, right?
Exactly.
So maybe all the leads in there that were handled the wrong way, hey, at least we've made that investment now. We learned the lesson, and you got to follow the system. You got to have that lead scrubber in place to free up the agent's time. So you also kind of alluded to something else I want to highlight here. You talked about your ramp up coach, Brady. One of the things that's really important to us at rokrbox is not just doing the work, but also making sure that everybody is clear and transparent as to what we are doing to make your life easier. And we do that through our ramp up coaching program. It's an acronym. I love systems and processes, and I don't know if you knew this, but it's the rokrbox Agent Mastery Program with unlimited potential. And we say unlimited because it is an unlimited interaction. We get on Zoom meetings like this. We get on phone calls, text messages, emails, whatever access you need with Brady. And of course, Brady is in charge of the division of callers that follow up on all your leads. He's there to hop on a Zoom and go through leads with you, show you the ones we've identified, share with you best practices. Why don't you talk a little bit about some of the benefits of the interactions that you have with Brady on your ramp up sessions?
I have to be honest with you, I can't say enough about him. I talk to Brady at least once a week. He is always available for me or my partners to reach out to him, and we text him stupid little things every now and again. I'll shoot him an email, and he's always Johnny on the spot. I mean, I don't ever have to sit and wait for a response back. If I have a concern, he is jumping in. He's, looking into it, figuring it out. He's giving me constant reports because I don't have the time to be sitting in the system watching what the agents are doing. He watches his group of ISAs there at rokrbox to oversee, the conversion, but then he's also watching for further follow-up from my agents once they've been handed off. So he's in the system looking and saying, hey, Teri, we handed this lead off. but she only made one phone call and now it's been 3 days. I really think that she needs to get in there and make another phone call to ensure that we're staying in front of this person. And it's a great way to hold me accountable, to ensure that I'm holding my team accountable. He's amazing. I absolutely would recommend the Ramp Up program to anyone who doesn't do it, because it's hands down worth every penny.
Awesome. That's great to hear. So if you were maybe sitting across from someone, virtually or in person, and they were considering, getting on board with rokrbox and creating this partnership to free up their time and their business, what would you have to say to them about starting with rokrbox?
Don't be afraid. Let's be honest. Everybody looks at the price tag of things. They want to know, what is it going to cost me? I don't have that kind of money, or we're not converting. You have to look at the bigger picture. If you are not spending the money, you're never going to make the money. We just, in the leads that we have converted back to us from rokrbox, the agents are actively working. If all of those close, we're going to make it up and then some, which is amazing. Mm-hmm. It's not about what it's going to cost you. It's about what it's going to do for your business at the end of the day. Here you have a whole group of professionals who do nothing but talk to your leads all day long. This gives you the opportunity to go out there and do what you do best, and that's sell real estate. So let them talk to people, let them be the ones for the follow-up, and then you just implement the systems behind the scenes and do what you do best. Yep. That would be my advice. Stop looking at the price tag. Don't overthink it. Don't worry about it, because it's worth absolutely every penny with everything that you get.
That's awesome. I think your mindset there is it's an approach of the investment that you're making in your business versus, when people use the word spend or cost or expense, it has such a negative connotation. All you hear and visualize is money coming out of your pocket. But the whole point of this partnership is for us to be putting money into your pocket, right? It's an investment that helps you generate a positive ROI. So one other thing we were talking about offline that I wanted you to share with our audience here is just some of the new strategies you've deployed now that you've partnered up with rokrbox. One of the extra things that you've implemented to increase accountability with your agents whenever we are handing off those hot leads. Why don't you talk a little bit about the accountability partner that you brought on recently?
Yeah, so we just made a position within our team. One of the agents within our team has come on and is doing accountability partner and coaching within my agents. So what his role is he, in addition to Brady, our ramp up coach, he is watching the database and overseeing what the agents are doing, the touches that they're making, whether it be mass emails, mass text messages, and ensuring that they're following the appropriate follow-up. So my agents are trained to do the exact same follow-up that rokrbox is doing, with the 7 calls in the first 10 days, followed by text messages, emails, that sort of thing. So he watches to make certain they're doing that. And in addition to that, he is getting them on the phone and doing role playing to talk through different scenarios for any objections that they might get whenever they do finally get that lead on the phone, and how to transition that and turn that person into a hot client instead of just a warm touch. It's huge, because I'm one person and I not only run a team, but I run a brokerage. So having that extra set of eyes in addition to Brady is great, because it helps us really push our agents to their fullest potential. And we're seeing maximum effort from everybody on that. So if I could offer one thing, if you're able to structure to have an accountability partner, do it. It's huge for your team and the follow-ups and whatnot.
That's great. I'm really excited to hear that you're doing that. We obviously are big fans of role play. We start every single one of our huddles every single day with some role play practice and highlight scripts and objection handlers. And it's exciting to see, because the frustrating thing is, after we've invested all this work and these calls and identifying these hot opportunities, we do see sometimes we hand off this hot opportunity on a silver platter, and then we see the agents go in there and say, hey, welcome to our website. Let me know if you have any questions. And it's like, what are you doing? We moved this person all the way through the sales pipeline, and then you just kick them back to the front door again with your language and stuff. So it's really important to be using the right language. If someone wanted to learn more about your accountability partner or your structures, or if someone maybe even had a real estate referral for Carlisle, Pennsylvania, which is in between Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, right?
Yes, Central PA. Just
Central PA. Okay.
PA
How would someone get a hold of you if they want to learn more or send you a referral?
That's awesome. So they could get me on my cell phone. Text message is always best, because you're constantly in front of people. Text message is best. Phone call or emails are the best way. And I can very gladly give out my information. Josh, I know you have it as well. So yeah,
Certainly.
I would love to
Awesome.
connect with anybody.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Teri. Like I said, I know you have a busy schedule and you got a lot of activities going on. Congratulations again to your success. And I'm very excited that we're partnered back up and helping you close more deals this year.
Thank you. Same here. I really appreciate it, Josh.
Yeah, thanks again for watching. And if you have any questions about rokrbox, visit us at www.rokrbox.com. That's spelled ROKRBOX.com. And be sure to give us a like on Facebook as well. It's facebook.com/rokrbox. So thanks again, Teri. And we look forward to seeing you again in the future.
Thanks, Josh.
Okay. Thank you.